So we're bringing Pete in just to get a different perspective. The Redskins have their second preseason game tomorrow night against the Green Bay Packers. A couple guys are out. Of course, Sua Cravens, who just had the knee cleanup. Junior Galette has the hamstring. Apparently, Mo Harris has been ruled out. Not that he's a major contributor. Josh Doxson apparently has been participating in team drills now. What do you want to see from the Redskins in this second preseason game? I will say I do want to see Kirk link up with Pryor and link up with Josh Doxson because these are supposedly going to be the 1 and 2 receivers this year.
I just want to see play from the first. Let's go for more than 1 yard. I mean, really.
That's a low bar.
I'm not really setting the bar very high. I mean, I was watching some of the preseason action last night, and even watching first teams across the league.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's nothing to watch here.
Ryan Mallett is bad.
Well, not only that, but Doug Marrone is basically said after job is now open. Blake is not very consistent.
I only watched
at all.
a portion of that game, and they were showing his side-by-side mechanics from when he regressed last season after he threw 35 touchdowns in, I guess, 2015. It looked almost exactly the same. How can you not fix that after an off season where hopefully you're updating his mechanics?
And see,
it didn't make any sense
but to me, obviously you got a new coach now, but to me, that's on the player. That's on the player to want to get better. That's on the player to care about his craft enough to make those, to make those adjustments and get better. It's like Ryan Mallett. A couple of years ago, Ryan Mallett looked like, okay, this was the guy we thought he would be coming out of Arkansas. He showed some flashes in brief duty. But even he now has, I mean, his preseason, I went to watch them practice the night they practiced at the Naval Academy. It was just brutal defenders. I mean, not good throws, not good. Same thing again last night. The Dolphins couldn't catch a punt or a kickoff to save their life, continuously giving the Ravens great field position. They couldn't punch it in for touchdowns, too dependent on Justin Tucker field goals. And you can't win kicking field goals very much in this league, and that's what a lot of these teams are leaving their offenses in that position.
I got to see something from Josh Doxson.
The key is Doxson.
If the guy's out there doing team drills, why not put him out there in the game? And I think Jay Gruden said that it'll be a game-time decision.
I'm not that worried about Pryor because, look at his numbers from last year. He had some of the worst quarterbacks on the planet throwing him the ball. He still went over 1,000 yards, found the end zone 4 times for a woeful Browns team. As long as he has the timing down with Kirk, and I'm guessing they've worked on that a lot in training camp, he'll be fine. It's Doxson. Doxson doesn't have chemistry with Kirk from last season because he was never on the field. Has he had it in training camp? Probably not because he's barely been on the field there as well. You need to see flashes from Doxson because he's expected to have a big role in the offense.
And the good thing is because Jordan Reed's not playing, and at some point during the regular season he will not play,
right.
This is a great opportunity for them to work on that portion of their offense, and those are the guys that are going to have to step things up, especially Dotson. Look, I mean, saw the guy play a ton at TCU. The guy can play. There's ability there. And right now, if his body will just cooperate with him and physically allow him to go out there and be 100%, I don't doubt that he's going to be a terrific football player before this is all over for them.
Phone number is 800-636-1067. I can't remember who we had on earlier this week that said he actually felt from watching practice that Doxson was more impressive than Pryor. I think it might have been Rich Tambler.
I mean, look,
you're right.
The guy has the physical skills. I mean, he made Trayvon Boykin look like a great quarterback at TCU, and now Boykin is at least making backup quarterback money in Seattle as a result of it. Dotson was the major reason why that Boykin's even in the NFL right now. The guy can flat out go get the football as long as his body is healthy. Defensively, though, look, Jonathan Allen fell into their lap, but Ryan Anderson so far, watching his ability in camp, doesn't surprise me. I thought for a moment he might be a smidge undersized for the NFL game, and I just wondered what his position would be. But he's been ultra impressive in camp so far, and being coached at Alabama, they've been coached at a very high level. And so far, those guys have not disappointed out of a draft that we thought might have been headed for disaster with Scott McCloughan not being here for it.
And I want to see if a guy like Phil Taylor can hold up. I mean, this is a guy who was basically retired until the Redskins showed interest in him. He looked pretty good against the Ravens last week in preseason game 1, but can he stay on the field? Can he stay healthy? If they get anything out of him during the regular season, that's just gravy. Yeah, that's just like found money.
Right, local product out of Gwynn Park High School. And, those are the kind of guys that you root for. You hope that they can find some semblance of success, especially being back home, playing shadows of Gwynn. He's a terrific run stopper, and he's got the perfect for that position in a division where, let's face it, the Eagles, they really revamped their running game, cutting Ryan Matthews, bringing in LeGarrette Blount, a little bit bigger back. You know, they're going to use Donnell Pumphrey as a little bit of a compliment now to him as well. Smallwood was terrific for them. You know, the Giants are going to eventually try to run the football a little bit to try and take some of the pressure off Eli Manning. And we know eventually with Dallas, you're going to have to stop Ezekiel Elliott, because even if he serves the full suspension, his first game back is going to be against the Redskins in the first of the two meetings.
You know, Jonathan Allen's going to be a stud. The rest of the guys on the defensive line, it's going to be a big question mark. It's not like they brought in big-name guys who have this great resume. We'll see how they fare.